Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin Starr, a 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page finds Leno!
Penix rolling out of the pocket to his strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fried Fogel again.
The people have spoken, and shockingly, I'm the best. Welcome to the LEO podcast. I'm your host and number one fantasy footballer, Michael Bragg. You can find me on Twitter. It's at Bragley, Braggley. And ashamed of himself, still in denial. I'm here as always with my co-host, Brandon. You can find him on Twitter. It's at Brandon Dubich. Brandon spelled traditionally Dubich, D-U-B-I-C-H. What's up, loser?
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. It's something you definitely never want to say when you're a content creator about your fans, but everyone let me down. When I see each and every one of you in person, I will chastise you for publicly humiliating me. I'm not in a good mood about it.
It could get worse. It could get worse after today. You sound like your life, like in your life, you just lost a wide receivers coach. Like you sound really upset about it. So, and unfortunately, trying to claim the win as well, which there are no such thing as ties in college football. Therefore, the win goes to the home team. With us again is producer Seth. If you haven't already done it, you can block him on Twitter. It's at Setah5, Setah5. What's up, Seth?
I'm the best.
Okay. Mute. All right. Some quick updates. As I hinted a little bit earlier, we did lose a wide receivers coach. Believe it or not, the program is still up and running. And we hired a new one, Brandon. Former Dallas Cowboys wide receivers coach, Adam Henry. What do you know about this guy? You know anything?
He coached CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. CeeDee Lamb had a pretty good season.
Yeah. He also coached a guy named Amari Cooper. He also coached Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard.
Don't forget Cedric Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget Cedric Wilson. Don't forget that. Okay. So the guy, this seems to be going over much better than the running backs coach did. So that's good, I guess. And co-offensive coordinator too, Brandon, which has got to make you feel a little bit better, right?
I mean, I feel like the way they hand out between the IU basketball team and the IU football team, everyone just everything, right? Like, I mean, you're a co-head coach and you're an associate head coach and you're a it's awesome. Everyone loves everyone.
So the last time he was in college, he was a pass game coordinator for LSU.
Swing it.
So maybe he'll just be a part of that. So real quick to go over his history. He was a player at McNeese State. And then he went to the NFL, I think, for maybe just a what do they say? A cup of coffee. Went in the NFL for a cup of coffee on some practice squads. Ended up back at McNeese State as a wide receivers coach and offensive coordinator as well. And then went to the NFL, went to the Raiders for a few years, and then back to college at LSU. And then back to the NFL. So the guy has coached outside of McNeese State, has coached at the top of each of the college football and NFL, where he coached for the 49ers, Giants, Browns, and most recently the Cowboys.
If I had a chance to get away from Mike McCarthy, I would also run away from Mike McCarthy.
Yes. And I couldn't find anything that said he was fired. Couldn't see anything, found nothing that said he was let go. So I don't know why he made the move.
When Billy Zane gets on one of the boats in Titanic?
Yeah, I have a
I
child.
think that's what that guy's doing.
Yeah, well, probably. Does he have children? Does he need to move to Bloomington for his children? Hopefully they're 4-star recruits and he stays. That'd be great. Okay, keep going. Seth says, just to fill in a little bit on the Cowboys, their last 2 years when he was a wide receivers coach, they finished 7th and 3rd in the NFL in passing yardage. So just something, or I'm sorry, not even in passing yardage, just in receiving yardage, which I guess would be the same thing. So there you go. I guess, a piece of bad news, but I'm going to spin it into a piece of not so bad news. Jabron Payne was allowed to get out of his national letter of intent, and he will be moving on. I would say transferring, but I guess he's not. He's just not going to play. Is that what
Opening
happens?
it back up.
So does he? How can he can't be recruited, right?
No, so he just comes as an unsigned 2022 recruit. So I mean, he just
can't play 2022. I'm assuming, unless they
no,
can
he's
figure out
just
a way to get
unsigned.
him in.
He's just unsigned.
So something, I said this in our group chat. Something happened. So Seth kind of went on a tear after I said that. He must know or must have had different expectations set for him after McCullough left the program. So maybe he was told he was walking right into a spot, would see a lot of playing time. But now with the transfers, with the freshmen we've had on the team that are now healthy, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't get a spot. Or maybe it's just because his running back coach left. Who knows? So I don't know. We don't need to sit here and dwell on that. We'll see how he does. We'll see where he goes. I wish him luck wherever he goes, but not a great look for him, I think, more than it is a look for the program. So cool. Well, let's get into it. Unless you have anything else to add, Brandon.
No, I mean, the running back room's it's unbalanced.
Yeah,
but
it's
okay. It's stacked. I mean, you got senior Sean Shivers. You got senior Josh Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
You have COVID junior year David Ellis. And you got redshirt freshman David Holloman and Trent Howland.
Yep.
And then you got complete wild card Jalen Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean,
I forgot about Jalen Lucas. Man, I'm excited.
It's very possible he was RB7.
It could have been.
I mean,
I'm seeing some decent stuff on some of the practice highlights that I'm watching. Now, granted, it's spring practice. So seeing Trent Howland out there, practicing and in pads is a good sign because you didn't see any of that last year. And I'm excited about him. He's a big dude. Like, it's a big running back to have back there with some good speed from what I remember. Did not see the field last year. Or if he did, it was very limited.
I mean, we have 6 running backs.
Yeah. All Scallies, except for
and only planning on 2 leaving. So like at best, I guess at worst, he's RB7 this year and RB5 next year. It could have been as simple as that. Everyone's blowing up about his communication tweet and everyone because everyone just wants to be controversial. In my mind, it's very possible he thought, hey, I'm a big dog. I was getting recruited by Alabama and Notre Dame, and now Indiana's telling me I'm RB7. Deuces. Like, I like to believe it's just as simple as that.
Yeah. A piece of good news, I guess, on that front. Brady Foley, we got some good news on that. Did not know he was going to be a mid-year enrollee and is. So he's out there to play the tight end, the 6'6", I'll give him. Tight end out of Anderson High School in Cincinnati. So pretty good news on that front. Seems to give him a leg up and may see the field here coming up in the fall. So, all right, let's move on.
Wait. We also had speaking of leg up, we also got a walk-on punter.
Oh, yes. Walk-on kicker punter combo, right?
Correct.
Yes. From Westfield. Is that where he's from?
Yeah. He picked us over Baylor, Houston, Washington State, and West Virginia.
All right. Rose Bowl, baby. We're coming. We are coming. All right. Here we go. We did fantasy offense last week. Brandon got smoked. So we're going to do fantasy defense. This one was, admittedly by everybody on the pod, was a little bit tougher. Traditionally, IU hasn't had the greatest defenses. They've been significantly better outside of last year. In the last, I don't know, when's Allen get here? The last 6 years. I mean, we were talking almost like borderline, if not in the triple digits every single year for 10 years consecutive before Allen came in. So, except for, an occasional decent year and then it would fall off, but we'll get into it. Same rules as last week. Snake draft, except we will switch the draft order. We will allow the loser to go first. I'm sorry. We will let Brandon go first and draft his pick first. And the way that we've got it set up, 2 defensive linemen, they can be interior or exterior defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 defensive backs, corners, or safeties, a flex position, which could be anything, and then a punter, because we got to give punters some love at some point on the pod.
Punters are real people.
They are.
Unlike redheads.
Please don't take offense to that. Any redheads that may be on.
Oh, wait. Redheads don't
other
have
end of
souls. They are real people.
Oh, my God. Getting worse. Okay. Brandon, you've already announced your first pick. You're almost like the Jacksonville Jaguars are every year, where you just tell everybody before the draft actually starts who you're taking. So do you want to break it down for everybody?
I don't, because I'm switching it up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing it just for producer Seth. I'm doing it because how could I not pick my favorite defensive player of all time?
Okay.
Right? Like, he may not end up being, the best pro player. He might not, end up, with all the stats, but Micah McFadden was absolutely a program changer, just a grade A player, and just a joy to watch every year he was at IU. I just can't say enough good things about the guy. I'm gonna miss him more than any offensive or defensive player ever. So with the number 1 selection, I am taking Micah McFadden, number 1 overall.
Yeah. Just a quick overview on him: 6th all time in tackles for loss in program history, 4 picks, 3 forced fumbles in his career, 2020 second team All-American, first team All Big Ten, 2021 second team All Big Ten, which was a sham, but that's fine. Okay, he is off the board. Micah McFadden off the board early. Next up is Seth, and I know where he's going to go on this one. Defensive end. Yes.
Adewale Ogunleye.
Yeah. Former Bear.
Yeah, didn't know he was an IU player. Found out about him as a Bear, and when they were saying IU football, I was like, "That's impossible." But yeah, he was a shoot. Why am I blanking on the guy? I think he was a Florida guy who was opposite. They were 2 really good rush ends in the mid 2000s. 2003 Pro Bowler, 3-time All Big Ten player. I believe he's the all-time sack leader at IU as well.
Yep.
But those years with the Bears. That's what I remember.
2003 Pro Bowler. I believe that was with the Bears. And 2014 IU Hall of Fame inductee. So big pick there. Okay. Adewale Ogunleye. Is that how you say it? Off the board.
You're welcome.
Man. Where do I go here?
Yeah, it's interesting. Do you take the best player on the board, or do you take pretty much the next guy at the 2 positions? Because I think they fall off. This is to be an interesting.
I've got back-to-back picks. I've got back-to-back picks.
Yep.
Okay. Give me Greg Middleton, defensive end, first team All-American, first team All Big Ten 2007, 3rd all-time in sacks at IU. He's a single season sack leader with 16. Also first team All Big Ten and second team All-American in 2008. Greg Middleton will be my starter at defensive end. And then leading the defense. One of the possible names that was thrown out for my dog, Tevin Coleman, ended up winning. The other one was Tigre Scales. So starting at linebacker, I'm going to take Tigre Scales, 3rd all time for tackles and loss with 46. He's 10th all time in tackles and 10th all time for tackles in a single season at IU. 6th all time in total sacks. This might be the best player, bud. 2016 All-American, 2017 All Big Ten, first team player. And I think he's still floating around your Steelers a little bit, isn't he?
Yes. On and off practice squad. He did play a few games when we were a little banged up.
Surprisingly not. I mean, I guess I get it. I thought he would be a really high-end draft pick, kind of tailed off a little bit at the end of his senior year. Some of the
size just isn't there.
I was going to say the measurables weren't there. Another really good linebacker for this program. And Tigre Scales off the board. Seth, what do you got, bud?
Alex Brown was the other rush end for the Bears in that 2003 season from Florida.
There you go.
That was bugging the hell out of me. All right. I'm going punter.
Oh, no.
This is
Gotta
going
do
straight
it.
to your heart, baby.
You're taking the one punter on there that you did not think was a punter, did you?
And he
Or
only
Archie?
has 33 and a half yards per punt.
Oh,
I don't care.
No,
I don't care. 'Cause
Oh,
he can throw it a third of the time. Give me ARE. I want Antoine Randall L.
An absolute weapon there. You
I
know,
know.
just an absolute weapon.
I'm running punt, play action, fake every single time.
he's 24th all time in IU punting. I remember I was watching a Thursday night game. It was an ESPN game, maybe ESPN2 against North Carolina State, where he had a couple punts. And I remember that to the day. It was at my mom's house. It was great. All right, Brandon, back to back.
All right. So I am going to take 2 NFL players.
Okay.
I'm going to take to shore up the interior of that defensive line. We talk about it a lot on this podcast. You can have really good linebackers, you can have really good safeties, but if they're getting wore down without a good defensive line, it's really tough to have a good defense. That's why I'm taking Darius Latham.
Ooh, good pick.
With my pick. You know, he did make it on the Raiders, didn't really stick around. But that guy, I mean, he has all the talent in the world. He's a big body, just really shoring up that interior defensive line. And then sticking at the next level to shore up my linebackers, I'm going with the former or maybe current Dallas Cowboy, Chris Covington. So up the middle, I have Darius Latham, Micah McFadden, and Chris Covington. I'm really like what I'm doing up the middle so far in this draft.
A lot of recency bias on this team, which is fine. As I said, traditionally not a very good defense at IU, but with those three, that's a good start. Quarterback turned linebacker, Chris Covington. Saw him play at quarterback at that terrible Bowling Green game that I went to. Crazy freak athlete, 2017 Defensive Player of the Year for IU. That was his breakout year, 12 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Not the linebacker I thought would have gotten drafted. I'm sorry, I just didn't see it, but did. And it was very surprising. And he, from all I heard, you know, the whole time in preseason, watching him in preseason in a couple games that he played, and he looked pretty good. So Chris Covington off the board. Seth, where are you going?
I think at this point you have the little ticker at the bottom of the screen saying Seth no longer knows any linebackers. So I'm at a slight disadvantage here.
Okay.
There's one guy that I've circled from the get-go. I might leave to you just so you can, it's more heart-wrenching for you than it is for me. I'm going with Rashard Fant as a DB.
Okay. Rashard Fant.
A little off the radar here. Again, 58 passes defended, 53 pass breakups, 5 interceptions, 1 return for a TD. I think he was all second team Big Ten in 16 and 17. And I want to say he had a brief stint with the Bears at one time.
Yep.
So there we go. I'm picking a Bear. When in doubt.
I'm not going to take him right now, but I know now that I just saw it, and now I know who you're talking about as far as pulling at my heartstrings. So I appreciate that. And I'll talk about that in just a second. I'll try not to cry. I'm going to go ahead and shore up the defensive line. I'm going to take a guy that played, I want to say it was right after Greg Middleton. On the other, I'm not going to have any run defense up the middle. I'll let T Gray shut that down. So give me Jamie Curlew on the other end. Second all time in tackles for loss with 52.5. Third all time at sacks at 23, 9 forced fumbles, 6 fumble recoveries, and 2-time All Big Ten player, Jamie Curlew. Had a decent stint in the NFL too. Didn't really pay too much attention to him while he was out there, but based on what I've read, a pretty decent stint out there as well. So, and here we go. My first corner off the board is probably one of my favorite corners to ever play football for IU. Until 2010, when he tore my heart out and then stepped all over on his way to the end zone with Peyton Manning's football in his hand. So I'm going to take Tracy Porter, second all time at IU in interceptions, third all time in a single season. He had 6 in one season, which was 2007. He was second team All Big Ten. and I couldn't bring myself to, I don't know, like you have you ever had two completely separate emotions hit your body at the exact same time, where it's like your favorite team is in the Super Bowl and one of your favorite players at that time makes the game-winning interception for the touch. It's just a terrible feeling.
So this is probably 1/3 of that scale, but the only memory I can really remember that I had with that was I was really big into hockey in college because I was a lot of guys in my fraternity were Blackhawks fans, and also the Penguins were really good at that time too. So I was watching a lot of hockey, and it was the World Championships. It was the USA had gone on an insane run. I forget the goalie. He was the goalie for the LA Kings, and he had just been on an insane run. But then Sidney Crosby, who is arguably my second favorite athlete of all time, scores the game-winning goal for Canada against USA. So, like, again, I'm in Bloomington at Kilroy's, like cheering USA, USA. And then Sidney Crosby sinks a game-winning goal against USA. And I was like, ooh, yeah.
Crosby. All right, Sethers. What do you got? We can go real quick over your team if you want. Defensive end, Adewale Agouye, cornerback, Richard Fant, punter, Antoine Randall.
All right.
You need
I'm taking, there's this little country off the coast of Taiwan Island.
Oh, no.
I'm going with Taiwan Mullen.
Good luck throwing the football against this team.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I'll at least have some strong corners here. 2020 first team All-American, also first team Big Ten, first team freshman All-American 2019, also Big Ten. Still hasn't put up, I'd say, the big eye-popping stats. I think the sacks kind of pop out a little bit because he played a little inside a couple times and had some nice corner blitzes. But I think Kimberly Guilfoyle says, the best is yet to come.
So, yeah, last year obviously hurt a lot. The 3 interceptions came in 2020, 2 of which were at Michigan State. So, yeah, he's got a lot of to go. 2 more years to play if he wants them, and a lot of room to pad those stats in the next 2 years for sure. But Taiwan Mullen off the board.
Just for the record, I was referring to Shutdown Island, not like. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me do
Love
one of
Island?
these.
You can edit that out whenever you want.
Let me do this. Just I'm not going to.
All right. So I got an interesting play here. I can take what I think is like kind of the last good defensive lineman, or I can just go ball hawks.
I'm interested to hear who you think the last good defensive lineman is.
And I'm going to go double ball hawk because we found out in 2020, if you can turn the ball over, that completely changes your defense. So I'm taking with my 4th pick. I am taking Denver Bronco DeMar Johnson. Absolutely just big play after big play. He's a guy that, if you're down a score or 2 and you need a stop, he's a guy that can go get you the ball. And that is super, super valuable. You want to go ahead and lay some stats on that?
I don't have a ton of stats. 2020, all Big Ten first team. 2019 had one of the coolest moments ever until later on in the game happened in the Gator Bowl with the pick 6. Now I don't think I've hugged Brandon so much in a 15-second span. Maybe not. Maybe I have. 4 sacks for his career, 7 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. The guy was just every. I don't have his tackle totals in front of me, but I'm sure it's insane for playing really like a full 2 years. 2019 and 2020 were his only 2 years where he saw a full amount of playing time on the field. So one of my favorite players for sure of all time. But that one stinks that you stole that one away from me. But we'll let you have it. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
So here I'm going another one, a guy with 9 career interceptions, 7 fumble recoveries, 28 pass deflections, and 275 tackles. But it's really those 16 turnovers.
Dang it.
19 if you count his forced fumbles. I'm taking Jonathan Crawford as my other pick. You know, you just look up that gut. Yeah, I may not have any corners. I may not have any DNs, but I have Latham, Covington, McFadden, Crawford, and Johnson. I mean, you want to build up the middle, and it doesn't get building up the middle much more than that.
Just run the football outside. There's nobody
get
going
the
to be
ball in the
there. But Jonathan Crawford, you said it, 8th all time in interceptions. He made all Big Ten every season. One of the teams in all 4 years that he played, started every game from 2015 to 2018. You said the tackles, 2 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 19 takeaways, 1 pick six, 7 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles, 19 passes defended, and 2 blocked kicks. I mean, that dude was a stat stuffer. He's one of, I think, of just a handful of players to play over 50 games for IU football too. So that one stinks. That one's off the board. That's great. Awesome. Cool. Seth, you're up.
All right.
You have, we already just did it last time.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. This is the guy who I think Brandon was referring to when he said it was the last D lineman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Victor Arianza. No? Oh, dang.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
I just remember him from like the last phase of the fun Rams teams when they were in St. Louis. He was always like a 69 rated player.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. But a 2005 second team, all Big Ten, 13 and a half sacks, 31 tackles for loss. Big body. Big boy.
Big body, big player. Yep. Really under the radar player for IU as far as all time goes. Big stud out of Brooklyn. I think he's out of Brooklyn, New York, or maybe that was Aguiye. I can't remember which one, but yeah, big time player, a player that I had actually kind of forgotten about. Chicago, that's for sure. Somebody I had forgotten about until I did the research for these players. So there you go. All right. So my defensive line is taken so far with Greg Middleton and Jamie Curlew. I've got Tigray Scales, Tracy Porter. Oh, you know what? Never saw the guy play once in my entire life. But on the other side of the linebacking crew, I'm going to go with a guy named Van Waiters. So the people over 40 that are listening to this may have watched him play at some point. Second all time in sacks at 25. Second for most sacks in a single season with 14. He's tied for the most sacks in a single game with 4. 2010 Indiana Hall of Famer. First team all Big Ten in 86 and 87 when I was born in 1. And then second team All-American in 1987, Van Waiters. Brandon, you ever heard of that guy?
Nah, nope, not until I did the research today.
There you go. There you go. My linebacker crew is set. Okay. On the other defensive back, give me another guy I've never heard of. But after reading about him, I think I love him. Defensive back and punt returner Tim Wilbur. First all time.
All over the stats.
Yes.
Like literally, you can't miss him.
No, he's crazy. I think he had, I didn't write down his punt return stats because we're not picking him as a punt returner, but he's kind of impressive as a defensive back. He is first all time with 19 interceptions in his career at IU. First all time in season interceptions with 8. The 1979 Holiday Bowl MVP, All Big Ten in 1979 and 1980, and second team All-American in 1980. So Tim Wilbur holding down the other corner spot for me.
Wilbur.
All right, Sethers.
I'm
Good
going
luck.
flex.
Going flex on me.
I'm going Greg Heben.
No. Greg Heben.
All
Greg
I know
Heben.
about him, 9 career interceptions.
And he can dunk.
That's what you allege.
Well,
I
I've
haven't
seen it. I've seen Brandon's seen it. I've seen it. He can dunk. Very good dunker, actually. For being not so big of a guy, Very good.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He is Sasha's old coworker, and they're engaged. She won a national championship at Marion. They are just an incredible couple. Greg is a great guy, and Seth, you needed a playmaker. You needed a guy that could take the ball 80 yards the other way. And Greg's one of the most athletic people I've ever shared a field, court, etc. with. Greg, and he's an A+ guy.
Could you imagine him on a good defense, or just on? I mean, he's been on some decent IU teams. So, some really good offenses, but just trash defenses. And he was one of the few out there making the plays. So
he was going to be my flex if you did not grab him.
Yeah, me too.
That's when a guy goes off a board in a draft. Dang.
Yeah, you guys have done it to me the entire time. So, okay, what do you got, Brandon? We'll just break it down for everybody listening. Brandon has one defensive line spot available, a flex and a punter.
So yeah, you guys got me worried about my secondary. So I think I'm gonna take the last, at least what I think is the last good corner. And this guy goes a little underrated, yet he has 157 tackles, 33 pass breakups, including 21 his junior year. Not really an interception guy, not really a sack guy, but just really solid on some bad defensive teams. He was the lone bright spot. I'm taking Tim Bennett. Do you remember Tim Bennett?
Goodness.
Those teams were awful defensively, and he was like the only good guy on that entire defense. Yep. He played at IU from 2011 to 2014. He was insane. He was second team All Big Ten his junior year. Didn't quite have the senior year that I think we all wanted, but again, was really hard on a really atrocious defense. Mm-hmm. So you guys kind of talked me into, he wasn't going to be on it, but just the way it played out, I needed some semblance of a corner. So I'm taking Tim Bennett. Any comment there, Bragg?
No, I mean, that's a good pick. That's not somebody I even had on my list. I started thinking, like, where were you going to go just reading those stats? I thought
pretty solid stats, right? For some bad defensive teams.
I thought maybe you were going Nick Polk, but
Tim Bennett.
Tim Bennett, that's a good pick. I don't mean to throw Nick Polk out there. I guess you don't have an available spot for him, but
I do not. And then my last is kind of a jab at Purdue.
Hold on just a second. Seth, what was that?
What years was Tim Bennett there?
11 through 14.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 23. Go ahead.
And then my last one here.
24, sorry.
Is number 8 from Centerville, Ohio. Again, he was only on the team for only had stats for 2 years, but he's a big boy. Again, I'm really trying to solidify that inside of that defense. Had 71 tackles for a D tackle his senior year. I'm going with Adam Replogle.
Oh, good pick.
So again, I like what the interior of my defense looks like with Darius Latham and Adam Replogle. I was really between him and Nick Majeri. I have no pass rush. I have 0 pass rush right now. But that's not what I'm defense is for. My defense isn't to get to the quarterback. It's to really shut things down in the secondary. And go sideline to sideline with the linebackers. So I'm going for kind of my last defensive spot. I'm going D tackle Adam Replogle.
Oh boy. All right. I am down to 2 linebacking spots. And as I've got
some
already
good
admitted,
ones left.
There's linebackers. I have 3 linebackers left on my board.
I only have 2. So he's using the same board as me, and I was
going to say
2 left, and one of them you're probably going to laugh at, Brandon. The other one is the all-time leader in tackles. So
I'm going to pick up both these bad boys. Don't you worry.
Can you please make sure you read every note that I wrote down?
I was going to say, I will be reading the notes verbatim a la Ron Burgundy here.
Okay.
So with the first one, this is purely for my own enjoyment. Matt Mayberry, Again, no idea what years he was here. Don't know if he was inside linebacker, outside linebacker.
He was
Doesn't
a
matter
leader.
because
Leader.
huge neck. That's the first point. Second point, 10.5 career sacks. And number 3, tied for most sacks in a single game with 4. But the huge neck is highlighted, bold, underlined, and in a different color, so it stands out. So apparently,
hold on.
neck.
I will share my screen so that they can see why I said huge neck. The guy is a beast. Like, he's like a bodybuilder, like not really a bodybuilder, but he was like a specimen. Look at
I
the
had a
size
class
of his
with Matt
neck.
Mayberry. Super nice guy.
Look at that neck.
Dated
He's right there.
I think he dated either a swimmer or a diver.
Matt Mayberry was like, you want to talk about some bad defenses? That he was on some bad defenses, but it wasn't his fault. That dude was, I remember him being really good. There's a picture of Jamie Curlew down there at the bottom too.
He gave it 100%. That's for sure.
He did. And then I believe the next guy that kind of filled in for him was Jeff Thomas. Do you remember Jeff Thomas, Brandon?
I don't.
He made a big time interception against Purdue in the end zone 2010 bucket.
Well,
game?
Mayberry was on the Chicago Bears. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was a stud. What did you say? His sack numbers, Seth?
22.5.
Yeah, he was.
No, 10 and a half
sacks. Career sacks. He's tied for
22 and a half
most in a
tackles for
single
loss.
game with 4. So the guy had a pretty decent career at IU. Leader on the field. That's a decent pick. All right, take the other one. Oh wait, no, you're not up.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
up.
go twice.
Yeah,
So
go ahead. man.
Plogel's gone. I need a flex and a punter, and then I'm done, right? Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, Seth, I'm gonna take him.
Got to.
I'm gonna take him.
Got to.
You're gonna have to think. You're gonna have to think of, you made a bad move. Why did you do that?
If he needs a linebacker, I got one.
At my last flex position, I'm gonna take a guy named Joe Norman. Joe Norman is first all time at IU in tackles in a single season, and tackles in a game. He's an absolute monster that I've never seen play again. If you guys have seen him, please comment whenever we put this out. Tell us how good he was. Second round draft pick by the Seattle Seahawks. That's all I know about him. I could not find whether or not he was on any All-American teams. Brandon, I don't know if you have any of that information. I'm sure he was. With those stats, I'm sure that he was on something, and all Big Ten and all that good stuff. So do not take the second player that Brandon put on that chat. If you take that second player, I was never a big fan of him. But yeah, go ahead. All right, Seth, you're up. You need a linebacker and a defensive lineman.
No, just a linebacker.
Oh, just a linebacker. Who was your second defensive lineman?
Adewale and Victor.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Oh,
The all
man.
names team.
That's right.
I am going out of left field here, and you guys have completely turned on him. But he's going to be a hell of a coach one day. He's going to be molding young men, teaching them up the game. Right?
Coach's kid. Are you?
We're going coach's kid. That's
Okay.
right. Yeah, I like him. He
Tom
has
Allen.
limitations and didn't really bounce back from his injuries last year. But he filled in really well in 2020 in limited roles. But yeah, I think he's as far as, I'll go with a character pick on this one.
Okay.
The kind of guy you want on
You
your
need
team.
leadership. You need special teams. You know,
Oh, goodness. So CTA Junior. Gotcha. All right. Cool. There's some decent names left on the board. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't take my punter.
yeah, you
So
didn't take
that
your
technically
punter.
doesn't count. Give me
Yeah,
Tom
that threw
Allen
me
Jr.
off. Okay.
Give me Thomas Allen as my punter. No, I'll take the most recent punter with some decent success. I'll take my mate, Hayden Whitehead, as my punter, 4th all time in punting yards with an average of 41.4 yards per punt.
Now I will take
there you
CTA
go.
Junior.
Now you take, there we go. Now, for people keeping score, that's going to cost Seth. What happens when that happens? You like miss your.
I lose a
nothing.
7th next year.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
lose a 7th in the next pick. Okay, next round. Cool. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. So then my last punter, I'm going to take Eric Toth. He held for some really big kicks there. So I'm going to take Eric Toth. He's got a career 41-yard average. He punted for almost 10,000 yards, over 240 kicks. It's a lot of kicks, like a lot of kicks. Eric Toth.
Yeah,
Mine.
good pick. I think, and I may be wrong here, he might have been the one that punted into the helmet of our own lineman against Wisconsin. So I think that's why I kept him off of my list. But I could be incorrect. That could have been Joseph Gideon. Was that his name?
Gideon, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
One of those two did, and it was not a good moment for me to be around other people while I was watching that game. Okay. We will post these teams again. Seth will put them on Twitter. Seth will Seth is shaking his head. No, Seth will put it on Twitter. Seth will also put a poll up again so everybody can vote for me.
If I don't win this, I went with all
There's
name
no
recognition.
way that you win this. I went the first all-time interceptions, first all-time tackles in my flex position. Like,
Yeah, but
there's
nobody
no
knows your
way.
players.
I don't
Nobody
know
knows your.
them. I don't know them. The record books know them. I don't know them. So yeah, there you go. All right. Well, speaking of things people don't know, it's not this. Everybody knows about the Monon Track Club. MTC is Indiana's running brand built on a deep love for the sport in the Hoosier State. They craft products, tell stories, and create experiences that aim to celebrate, support, and add to Indiana's running culture. Check out the link in the show notes for more details on their club runs and to shop their sick gear from shirts to hoodies to koozies. As a thank you to our listeners, they are offering 10% off your order. Use promo code LEO10. It's LEO10 at checkout. That was smooth, bro. That's like some Barry White.
That was pro. That was professional.
Now, do you guys know who Barry White is? My dad used to play that crap. Yeah. Back to the show. Randos.
All right, definitely a defensive flair today. And Seth, you can definitely include Purdue in your answers. We'll allow it. So who is your favorite defensive player all time? Could be college or pro. Bragg, who is it?
Oh, my
Tracy
favorite
Porter.
defensive player all time.
Good ends for the Colts.
Well, that's where I was going there. I mean, I don't know. You gotta I gotta narrow it down. It's IU pod. I'll pick an IU player.
See, I'm not. I'm going Troy Polamalu.
You've got the big personality, the big, commercials, all that stuff. If we're gonna do everything together, my favorite defensive player of all time is Bob Sanders. It's the only defensive player jersey I've ever owned. So that's who I'm going with. Bob Sanders, former Colt,
There we
former
go.
Hawkeye.
My first one was Rod Woodson.
Nice.
So that's
Yeah.
just Purdue pick or pro as well.
Well, he was a pro when I knew about him, and then I liked him more when I found out he was a Purdue guy.
Gotcha.
He looked very good in black and gold and
black and
black and
silver.
yellow or whatever, and black and silver. And then my real one, which I regret a little bit now because he hasn't quite aged, Brian Urlacher.
He's aged
Yep.
fine. He's
Well,
just
the whole hair.
lost,
He's a
lost
hair
his
plugs for
hair
men
and
guy.
got his
yeah.
hair back.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
hasn't. In a weird way, it's made him age poorly.
Yeah, and again, I mean, to go to my first overall pick, I mean, Mike McFadden is for sure my favorite IU defensive player all time.
I'm so torn on favorite IU. I love them all. I think if I had to pick one, if you gun to head, I had to buy a jersey, it'd be maybe Jamar Johnson. I don't know. I liked
what
his
number was
attitude.
he? What number was he?
22.
It's kind of a badass number.
I think he was 16 his freshman year. I remember he made an interception in the back corner of the end zone against Rutgers. And then he switched to 22 the rest of his career. Yeah. And he tried to fight that guy I hate on Michigan. So that's always going to get me brownie points. So cool. Good question. What's next?
So speaking of plays, what is your most memorable defensive play of all time? And then what's your most memorable IU or Purdue defensive play of all time?
Oh, my most memorable.
Well, you guys think. What do you guys think of it?
I've got both. Okay, you can go ahead. Go ahead.
So mine was definitely in the Super Bowl, the Steelers versus the Cardinals. James Harrison's pick six out of the end zone, stumbling and tumbling his way all the way in right before halftime. That was unbelievable, and ended up really being the thing that kind of won him the game. If you look at the final score, I mean, obviously Santonio's Holmes toe tap, but that was just incredible. James Harrison is not known as a coverage defender at all. So that was totally unexpected and just a wild play in the Super Bowl. And then another interception, another pick six. And it didn't result in a win, but it was a rainy day. I had my Penn State friends visiting, bragged through an amazing tailgate. That was Mark Murphy's 47-yard touchdown return. The game was so boring. Like, it was punt after punt after punt. But again, this it was 7-6. It actually gave us the lead to where we sadly IU did not win the game there in 2016. But Mark Murphy's 47-yard touchdown is probably the IU defensive play that I remember and always go to the most.
All right. So my most memorable defensive play will be played via a radio call. Let's see if this works.
Takes the snap, sets up, throws one over the knee, intercepted! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Jackson with the interception. He picked off Tom Brady. The Colts had it at the 40-yard line with 16 seconds to go.
There you go. Marlon Jackson interception, AFC Championship game 2006. Best defensive play I've ever seen.
It wasn't Ron, not Ron Harper. Who was the guy who picked up Jerome Bettis' fumble for the Colts?
Oh, Harper.
Nick
Harper. He was stabbed by his girlfriend the day before that game. I wish he wouldn't have played. If he wouldn't have played, he would have scored. There's no reason why Roethlisberger should have taken him down in an open field. When you're a corner,
it's my number one Colts defensive play that I think of is that fumble return.
I can tell you where I was when that was. I was at my buddy's. I was in his dorm room. We after a real heavy night of drinking, I decided to stay down in Louisville and continue watching this game. And I was like, this game's over. About to just be done. About to go shower. About to peace out. We're gonna get out of here. And then that happened, and and then our liquored up kicker went out there and kicked it into like somebody's neighborhood backyard in Carmel. And then most memorable college defensive play. Believe it or not, there's been quite a few, but the last one that really sticks with me, I talked about earlier, 2019 Gator Bowl. I guess it would have been 2020. Gator Bowl, Jamar Johnson, pick six against Tennessee.
Yeah, it was awesome. Seth?
Mike Brown for the Bears, I think it was 2002, had back-to-back game-winning overtime pick sixes, which was insane back then. And then Purdue is not necessarily known for defensive plays, so this was tough for me. I think there was an interception in the Rondale Moore.
I was going to say the
Ohio State game.
Yeah, 21.
I think it was Marcus Bailey.
Yeah.
Number 21 had a pick that either clinched it or swung the momentum where it was finally like,
it was where it just was, this game is toast. That's what this was like. There's no way in hell that with all that momentum. I think it was right after the Rondale Moore touchdown, the one where he caught it and broke
the play.
He didn't really break tackles. He just like slithered,
zigged and zagged through,
like slithered his way around everything and got to the end zone. And I think it was the very next drive where your quarterback, was that him? No, that wasn't Fields. That would have been.
Yeah, I think it would have been Fields.
No.
Yeah, it was Fields.
No, guys, that wasn't Fields. That was
Haskins?
JT Barrett. I think it might have been. It definitely wasn't Fields. Fields only played for 2 years, and that wasn't 2 years ago. It was Rondale Moore's freshman year, so it would have been
Haskins.
3 or 4 years ago. It was either Haskins or JT Barrett. So, okay, Brandon, anything else? Those are good questions.
Yeah, one last one. Since we covered offense last week, defense this week, if you could choose the play, offense or defense, what would you choose and what position?
I always liked playing defense when I played football. I always liked playing. I played linebacker. There's not as much. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'd love to be a quarterback. Like I've always dreamed of being a quarterback.
Of course,
But to be non-cliche, I would say defense, and I'll be like a McFadden type linebacker.
Gotcha. Seth?
Yeah. So I was a DB and I hated it because
Now, what position do you want to play?
in my
Not
head,
what
I was a
were
wide
you?
receiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was pulling double moves before it was a thing, but like whatever.
Okay.
Not
So, yeah.
bitter at all.
Not at all.
For me, the answer is quarterback. You know,
Or option
sadly-
quarterback. Yeah, that's the dream.
Sadly, I'm 5'9", so the dream of being a quarterback was never possible. But obviously, being like Bragg said, being quarterback is the dream. But I played corner as well, and I loved playing corner. I was the corner that never shut up. I was the corner that always I mean, again, I was just absolutely intolerable. If I was other team, I was, if I could get away with a slight crack block, I was going to do it. Again, I was an absolute menace out there on the edge, and I loved every bit of it. So that's it. That's all the randos.
Great deal. Good deal. All right, Seth.
All right, we got a full podcast sack today. All right. Spent way too much time this weekend watching the combine. Is it good or bad?
It's bad.
Like, does it really help, or are they just looking for reasons to not pay these people?
What do you mean? by
No,
that?
Like looking for flaws so that you can justify moving a guy from the second round to the 4th, things like that. Seems like they're more looking for nitpicks than they're looking for actual football players.
Gotcha. You mean like Kenny Pickett's hands?
Bingo.
So Kevin Bowen put it really, really well. And he said, as the league, Kevin Bowen on ESPN Indy, what he said was, and it made so much sense, was now there's such a sample size with analytics that you can pretty much put all of it together to find out what their successful percentage is. He has had Colt scouts kind of break it down. This year is the first time I've seen percentile really used, and it's been blasted all over, Twitter. So I think as they go to advanced analytics, I think it is more predictive than it's ever been. But I enjoy watching it. I think it's fun. I went one day was enough to go for me. But I enjoy it. The NFL draft is also like one of my favorite things out of all sports. It's definitely like a top 10 event for me. So I get into the combine, I get into the draft. So I like it.
I'm just not a combine guy. I don't know. I don't know. Jerry Rice ran a 4.7. A 4.7. There's 350-pound defensive ends that run 4.8s. So, or defensive tackles that run 4.8. So I don't know. Does it matter? A little bit. Yeah.
All right. And it was what was it? Haskell. Who was Haskell, the Ohio State quarterback? He was Haskins. Yeah, DJ Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins.
There we go. That was the quarterback.
Pittsburgh Steeler.
And Marcus Bailey was to
floating
clinch it at 42-20.
Haskins
2
still
minutes to
floating
go.
around. Man, you guys like thick quarterbacks, don't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say the obvious one is Ty Fry a better pro receiver than David Bell? And then the combine would say yeah, but then
everything
you look at the
on
stats and
paper
you look at tape, and I would at least beg to differ.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
My other question here.
I would take David Bell over Ty Fry.
In the NFL, no, I wouldn't. I would take Ty Freifogel in the NFL.
Why? Because you think he can help you right away as a returner, at least, maybe?
I think that if you put them in the same spot, so if either one of them are going to get drafted in the same spot, go to the same team, a good team is going to throw the ball. Ty Freifogel can make those get up and get it catches. He can make those he's more of a possession NFL wide receiver than I think David Bell is. David Bell reminds me a lot of Rondell, but without the injury history. So I think he'll be a better version of Rondell Moore that is in the NFL. And I don't know if maybe that's because Rondell Moore's stuck at like wide receiver 37 in Arizona, or whatever trash offense they're trying to run.
I'm buying the dip on Rondell Moore in his sophomore year.
Too.
I think with AJ Green gone, I think Rondell Moore is going to be
Seth, did I draft him?
You did. And you rubbed my face on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I had Kyler. So I was like, yeah, I'll take Rondell Moore late.
Yeah, that was your attempt at a stack. All right, here's my other one. Who on the current IU roster will be most impressive one day at a future combine? Is it McCullough?
Right? McCullough?
That's the obvious answer I was thinking.
I cannot wait to see that kid play. I don't know. I mean, Sean Shivers shakes me as somebody that could. I mean, he's very small.
Omar Cooper's an athletic.
Omar Cooper. I always forget about Cooper. I don't know why.
He had some sick dunks last week too. If you get some,
dude, the guy is just a freak.
We didn't talk about this with Latham. Latham played legitimate high-end basketball in Indiana too before he was. Where did he go to Pike? No, that was David Kinney. North Central, maybe for Darius Latham. He was either North Central or Pike. So either way, there's huge basketball schools, and he also played there as a starter. So, yeah, that's a really good question. Mullins
North Central
press in the combine, safety position, no. Tight ends, wide. I mean, Simmons maybe. What about DJ Matthews? What if he's back fully healthy? Do you think I think he could be a decent slot wide receiver in the NFL. He's way better. No offense to these guys because I love them both, but I think skill wise, he's way better than Wynn and who's my other guy? WAP. So if he can stay healthy this year, I think he'll have a pretty good season and a good shot at making the NFL.
Yeah. Omar, McCullough are definitely my two. That I think
freaks. So that's the way to go. Those are the answers for sure.
All right. And sometimes you reach in your sack and there's a little bit extra. We are in the doldrums. There aren't really any baseball's not coming back anytime soon. We got March Madness, but then I need something to watch.
Okay, listen,
give me something to watch.
Some of our soccer teams aren't fighting to stay out of relegation zone like yours is. So I'm going to continue to watch the Premier League. The Arsenal plays 3 times in the next 6 days. So I'm gonna stick with that. Brandon.
I mean, if you're talking after March Madness, the Masters, I don't know if you're a big golf guy. I wasn't, but then over COVID, golf was like the only thing on. So I got into golf betting. If you hit a few, you can make some money.
Yeah.
So the Masters is on in April. Let's see what else. April's when hockey playoffs. I don't know if you've attached.
Is there anything I
to a
can
hockey
binge?
team?
Like, do you have? I'm thinking about trading for the Canucks.
Oh, that's what. No,
I have issues right now.
Oh, you have to find a new one, don't you?
Yeah.
Join the bandwagon, baby. Hey, how'd that game go yesterday, Brandon?
4-3 loss.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, baby. Ice Cats, paws up. So yeah, join the bandwagon. Come on down to Florida. Oh no, we need to keep you out of Florida. Never mind. With your past history.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm allowed back.
Should probably stay out of South Florida. Maybe Jacksonville's more your vibe.
Oh, Jacksonville is nobody's vibe. Come on, man.
It's the Tennessee fans might argue with you on that one. And
All
those
right.
guys were right at home. Assholes.
My sack is empty. I got.
All right, good. Thank God. All right, be sure to check out the pod on. Oh, you know what? I want to go back real quick. There were a couple. No, I got rid of them. Never mind. Just ignore what I'm saying. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter. It's at Podcast LEO. That's where the teams will be posted once Brandon tells Seth who's on his team. It's at Podcast LEO. Be sure to download, follow, rate, review on all platforms, and we'll talk to you next week when we bring a little bit of March Madness. Well, I'm sorry. We'll talk to you next week when we might be the only IU related March Madness that you can get.
You guys are gonna.
Well, it did help. It did help at time of recording. Wake Forest has lost. Xavier has lost. Those are two teams on the bubble.
It's a skinny
Maybe
bubble.
they burst.
It's a pre-COVID Brandon bubble.
Listen. If you're the NCAA, what do you run on? You run on the blood of young men that were previously never paid before, but you run on money, right? Who's bringing the money, Seth? Who's packing Dayton's tiny little stadium during a play-in game of a 12 versus 12?
Dayton versus Xavier in a play-in game, obviously. Don't be an idiot.
No, these freaks.
Look at the numbers, baby.
These freaks.
Dayton versus Xavier matching up.
Us freaks would drive to Dayton an hour and a half.
Michigan versus IU round 2 next Wednesday.
God. I don't want to stare at Hunter Dickinson for another 2 hours, let alone another 4 hours. Please, no. There is something going on. Yeah. Until then, we will. We'll
I don't win this draft. It's ridiculous.
It's because nobody likes you.
Ridiculous.
We love you guys. Leo.
Leo.
He said it. Vote for me.
Elio. Awesome day. Elio. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. Elio. All right, great. Elio. Appreciate you guys. Elio. You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. Elio. Have a great day. Elio. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And Elio. Oh, thank you so much. Elio. Well, thanks so much, Elio. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. Elio. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. Elio. Awesome. Elio.